Hi, Chris. Arjun Persaud, FilmSpeak. How are you today?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, you too. Congrats on the film. And as we know, the this is the first Smurfs project to be developed under Paramount. So I'm
Yeah,
sort of wondering, how did these conversations about Smurfs at Paramount come about, and how did you get involved?
I can speak to really how I got involved. I think they were, first of all, however it came to Paramount, um, good on them. I found out about the movie because I knew of Ramsey Nato. I worked with Ramsey Nato, um, and she gave me a call and said, "Hey, would you be interested in this movie?" And it was just it's that sort of faded stuff. It's like um, I'd always wanted to work on a Smurfs film, or at least in the back of my head. Hadn't wasn't thinking about it at the time until it came up, but I remember seeing the original TV series, or I should say, the TV series from Hanna-Barbera. Right? I remembered it, and I found it like to be really funny and strange, and I was really attracted to it. And then I discovered the comic books, and when I found the comic books, those designs in particular, those original Peyo comics, really spoke to me, like just aesthetically, especially, and I love the movement on the comic page. And I remember, they were iconic, right? Designs. And it's like way back when, but I'm like, if I ever get a chance to make a Smurfs movie, they should look like this, you know. The movie should have the DNA of these comics in them. And I hadn't seen it, you know. I know a few other pictures were made about 10 years ago, and those live action hybrid movies, and the choice there was like, well, they were going for realism, right? And I remember seeing those, and I remember thinking then, like, if I ever got a chance to make a Smurfs movie, it would be like the comics. And I'd forgotten about it until I got that call from Ramsey Naito, and I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity. Great writer too. Pam Brady wrote the script, so good. And immediately I was like, oh, this isn't going to be a film just for toddlers, you know.
Hmm.
I was like, there's opportunity to do um, unexpected things in this picture.
And you sort of touched on it there, but without giving too much away, this film sort of ventures into live action a little bit in
Yeah,
terms of the background elements, but you
yeah,
also get some sort of changes in mediums and animation styles. And I won't spoil too much because it's something that should definitely be seen in the film. So I'm wondering, how did those ideas come about? Now that you said you wanted to be influenced by comics there, I can naturally see some of that. But I'm just wondering, like, what were
yeah.
the conversations like in terms of incorporating these different animation
Different
mediums?
styles, different styles.
Styles, yeah.
Yeah, opportunity in the storytelling to do that. Um, I and that's it's so funny. There's so much nostalgia tied with Smurfs, you know, talking about like way back when, and generation, you know, generational connection with Smurfs. Um, Part of that for me personally was like, I want to see what a Smurf looks like in this style. What would a claymated Smurf look like? But not like quality Nick Park Aardman style claymation. Kind of crude, you know. You know, not the most articulate animation. I thought that would be fun. My 8-bit Atari style graphics from the 80s. That could be cool. I realized early on, oh, this is all just stuff from that I loved growing up, you know, and saw. And you know, any style of animation. Obviously I'm a big fan of, and you know, want to honor stuff from the past and stuff that influenced me growing up. And there's a lot of stuff that's in there. There's way more that we were developing that didn't make it because it just didn't fit. Um, but you know, there are nods to the zoetrope in this movie. Uh, just sort of my love and appreciation of animation.
Yeah, and the Legacy Smurfs, they're very much a part of this movie, but we have the new characters, the new Smurfs like No Name and Sound Effects Smurf sort of front and center here.
Yeah,
Was this always the intent to have sort of new characters, or was there some sort of specific conversations that were had?
you know, centering the story around a Smurf with no name when everyone is like properly identified already. They kind of come with their identity. Um, that made for good storytelling of just like this good character study stuff, especially. It's like, okay, I'm a no name as a character, as a Smurf with no name. Therefore, that doesn't make sense to him. So he's got to find out his thing. He's got to, if he doesn't have his thing, then he'll never truly belong. So it's a movie about like finding a way to belong and that search for an individual identity, um, which is really important, I think, for everyone to know who they are, um, love who they are. But really, at the end of the movie, it's really the power actually comes from your community, right? Like your superpower is those connections and that connection. Uh, that's not all about self. It's actually it becomes a little bit more selfless. But then on the so that's like the sort of those are the guts of the movie. Like let's follow that story. Um, to me, how many Smurfs can there be? You've named a few. There are thousands of more out there. Like, and to me, that's just comedy. You can find there's a lot of good jokes. Yeah,
So many possibilities, right?
yeah.
I'll cut you loose with this last question, but I just wanted to ask you, why do you think these characters have endured so many different generations? And was there any sort of things that you did in this movie, like notably like the pop ballads, to try to incorporate modern elements into a modern audience for the Smurfs?
Well, the what I'd call the sort of sonic landscape of the movie. Um, we worked in partnership with Rock Nation, who I think just really developed that for us, and Rihanna as well. Like that whole team really offered, I think, a way to take a musical because the film's a musical, not quite, but it is. There's musical numbers that live in the body of the movie, and then there's also tons of sort of transitional needle drops, like brand new music. There's tons of new music in this film, and I've been on a lot of movies that have worked with music, needle drop style. This one, I feel like it pushes that forward. It's different, and it's always pushing to be different. Even
100%.
even when maybe it's a ballad in an animated movie, it's like no, it doesn't feel it. It pushes itself to feeling unique and something that stands on its own.